Alex Bregman signs a $120 million 3-year deal with the Boston Red Sox, an offer he clearly could not refuse.
I wouldn't.
$40 million a year makes him one of the top 3 highest paid players of 2025. He is not a top 3 player in baseball. He's an all-star. He's a far above average third baseman. He is not worth $40 fucking million. So congratulations to him, his agent, Scott Boras. I guess congratulations to the Red Sox. They're pretty fired up about it, although that's causing some issues that I don't think they anticipated that we'll get into in a bit. But so last week I was speculating and had an opinion about of the 2 teams that I'm obsessed with, my Detroit Tigers and Chicago Cubs, which would I rather have him go to? And I landed on the Cubs. I thought it would be a disaster for the Tigers because they're going to have to commit to him long term, to a guy on the other side of 30. He's going to be 31 before the season starts now. Committing to him for multiple years, 6, 7, 8 years, they might get 1 or 2 good years out of him, and they'd be fucked like they've been fucked by Javi Baez and everybody else. So I was leaning towards the Cubs because I thought that they could do a short-term deal and absorb, even if it's 2 years of 2 or 3 years of low production, they could absorb that and figure it out because they have the monies, which we'll get to as well. But the way things played out, I think it couldn't have played out any better for the Tigers. They offered the most money of all 4 contenders, guaranteed money, $171 million over 6 years. And he didn't want to take that. And that just tells me he's just not that into the Tigers. The Detroit fans kind of accept that. We've seen it before. Detroit versus everybody is the famous slogan. The Tigers did everything they could. Scott Harris gets a bad rap. Chris Ilitch gets the cheap label placed on him unfairly in this case. That you can't say with this deal. They offered more money than anybody else. So you can't say it was the Tigers' fault. I also think it's great because they didn't get him. I think it would have been a disaster if they had signed him for 6 years and $171 million. Those last 4 years potentially could have been a mess.
Agreed.
So, especially with a looming labor crisis and probable work stoppage starting in 2027. So that's something that we're going to be talking more and more about, is unfortunately as the year goes on. I'm seeing a lot more talk about that in the media right now. So I feel like, I think right after the news came out, I'm like, Tigers dodged a bullet right there. I'm really happy the news leaked that all the offers got out there so we can compare all 4. I think this paints it's like I said, it's a perfect scenario that Tigers, disgruntled Tigers fans have nothing to complain about. The Illiches, they pushed the boat out, as they say, and went for it and offered more than anybody else. So nobody can complain about that. Nobody can say that Scott Harris botched this. And they're not saddled with another albatross of a contract.
Word Hole Media.